Hello everyone, thanks for stopping back by my channel. Ooh. All right, hope everyone's doing well and swell. See what's going on. Slowly approaching the middle of February, so let's just see what comes out. How about that? Let's just see what comes out. Everything has been shuffled. If you're new, welcome. You're returning, welcome again. Ooh, first card out. It's happiness. I feel like some of you all are striving for that. Ooh, and striving for this too. Purpose. I love that. What else is going on for in a moment? Ooh, empathy. I love that. I love that. All right. So bottom of the deck, surrender. You have honesty and balance underneath. This is more, again, of someone coming into who they are. All right. They want to feel, know, and explore happiness as much as, hold on, y'all, sorry, as much as they want to live in their purpose. And the good thing about who they are is that their open-mindedness. I get kind of like I don't want to say like a soft texture, but I feel like this velvety texture. Like this person is very comfortable in their skin. So surrendering or feeling as if like they need to be led back on course. This is what's on course once they get back on track. Happiness, purpose, empathy. The success on the outside does not matter as much as what it does on the inside. So that's awesome. Some of you very well may be into like marine life, like dolphins, or you may have gone to SeaWorld. Yeah, I like that. I like that very much. I like that very, very much for you. Very much for you. All right, so I'm just going to take these and put these to the side. Happiness, purpose, and empathy. I love that because it's like I'm not taking it out on myself is what I'm hearing, which is great because that's another form of self-love, is you not being too hard on yourself, learning from the mistakes in the past to help you know what not to do. It's going to help you be able to succeed in the happiness that you're looking for. And your purpose very well may just be tied to what makes you happy, like a passion. So that way it doesn't feel like work. The empathy comes from you coming up first through something and then feeling it for someone that's coming up behind you. So it's almost as if like the empathy you feel like towards other people is present because you've been in their shoes. So I like that. I like that. You're becoming more in tune with who you are. So let's see what else is going to come out in your tarot for the rest of February, or at least let's just see what comes out. All right, nice. 7 of Cups. Got some type of communication coming in. You got a Page of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and the World card. I like how you're doing things on purpose to help create these opportunities. It's like you can envision them, and then you think of different ways how you can search for the purpose in something. That's going to help you be able to create different opportunities in that happiness that you've been that your sensitivity has been like craving. And I also like the fact of, you're trying to establish some type of stability, financial stability, that is. So you're trying to save money as well as like not so much count your pennies, but be careful, like budgeting, You are coming to an end of a cycle. You had the world card out here. So it just really just makes sense that you have this wholeness about yourself. You don't really look at things. You know what? Well, anyway, it is what it is. Spirits. Oh my gosh. Did someone really not see far off the curb to even acknowledge that there's going to be a point in time and day where self realizes that it takes the driver's seat, not the passenger seat, you know. But I like that. You have opportunities coming in, you trying to save your money. Ooh, chariot. Yes, you're definitely moving forward. And you're moving forward with no desire of looking back. Five of Cups in reverse. No desire to look back. All right. Again, there's that self-forgiveness where you saying, I'm not going to take it out on myself. This is you finding peace in whatever happiness you're trying to discover, right? As well as you may very well see you having to rediscover yourself to be a setback, but really it is really is just a setup, because in order for things to set you back, it has to be a reason, right? Regardless, however you want to blame it, deflect it, cause and effect. So this time around, don't look at your setbacks as if like it's to set you back because it's not trying to allow you to do something. Look at it as the setback is because, I'm trying to word it. The setback is because there's something there that needs to be closed, all right? There's something there that needs some type of like forgiveness, some type of inner strength from you to really get past, to completely annihilate the resentment is what I'm hearing. So when you experience setbacks anytime moving forward in February, don't stump the ground, don't fist the air. Understand that there's either something that needs to be reconciled or there's something that needs some type of like forgiveness, some type of closure. Okay. Because in order for you to feel that happiness, you're going to have to extinguish resentment. You can't take that resentment forward and say you're happy. You know, Spirit says it only takes a mustard seed. Right? Just like it only takes a mustard seed to pray for something to work out, only takes a mustard seed, a small germ, to have you push right back off your bike. You ever seen someone riding a bike on the side of the road? And I see this vision of someone like literally when they get off course, it's like someone literally pushes them off the bike and they roll down a ditch. So in order for you not to get pushed off your bike and roll down a ditch, wouldn't you think it'd be better to use a sidewalk? That way there's a designated spot where people have to respect you at all times, surrounding, curb, you name it. It's designated there for a reason, for an acknowledgement, for them to reconcile with the fact of you just can't push somebody off the street now that they're in your way, or they don't move to the movement that they want you to. When you have a designated area or something that's designated for one such as yourself who want to be placed in positions to move forward, to see clear, to be on their own journey, you don't need to deal with the chaos and stress and anxiety of someone taking you off course. And taking you off course for you is other people. Whether you give too much or you feel like you have a lot to give, you have just the same amount as everybody else. So you have to really think long and hard about what is an investment as far as you subbing things out. All right. Is it worth you subbing out time working on your business plan to listen to someone's drama that does not affect your day to day? Not saying that you're not willing to let them vent, but when it becomes almost damn near like a Watergate of their issues, their dilemmas, their bitching and their problems, how much of that takes away from you moving forward, from you having that chariot moment? Does it take time away from you studying? Does it take time away from you, working on a business plan? Does it take time away from you going to a master class or some type of seminar so you can know more? What is it of you you're sacrificing so much that it will take you off course? That's what needs to be checked. Otherwise, you're going to keep giving. And when you find that everything is moving slow motion for you, no juvenile, you're mad because, oh, I didn't put everyone else first again. Okay, well, that is something that's going to hold you back in February. And it's going to hold you back because there has to be some type of attention on it for it to be forgiven, reconciled, and for you to be able to move on. If you don't practice proper time management, your time will be wasted. If you don't follow the directions of where you're welcomed and where you're not, you're going to waste time. So if happiness is you putting the time in to see the fruits of your labor, to be able to move and have willpower and determination and acceptance, and knowing that self is important before being with any other body, you do the math. You do the math. But anything that holds you back in February is feeling like you need to make an amends with it. Point to the blank, to the period. It needs an amends making. That's the only way that's going to work. Look, 9 of Pentacles fell right out. Fruits of your labor. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. This right here gives me the vibe that it's not another person so much so you need to forgive. Look at that. Overall energy so far on the bottom is a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is what I'm saying. When you have an idea, for some of y'all, this may very well be your thing. This is a career reading. Okay? Your personal bleeds, I see your personal bleeds into your professional. So this is why I had said, you listening, you over giving, you over participating in others, situations and scenarios. How much of that takes away from what you have going on? You want to see the fruits of your labor. There's something with your time management. There's something with, they're not burnt ends, but they're like severed ends. So that could be like relationships with people, but more or less, in order for you to have that financial independence, have that self-sufficiency, see the fruits of your labor, move towards opportunities that you want to manifest for yourself, and you knowing that you are the whole deal, Holyfield, okay? You're whole, okay? Like a fraction, you're a whole. This is beautiful for you. This is beautiful for you. I feel also energy and spirit is telling me that you having this coming towards you, or opportunities and moving forward and stuff, and you pretty much having a conversation with resentment, letting it know it needs to make an amends with both of you. The happiness you feel is because maybe growing up, some point in time in your life, you experienced the dark side of finances. So when I say the dark side of finances, that means not having enough, maybe experiencing poverty at some point. Just really just not having it. So for you to be in a position where the resources are created for you to find that purpose and that stability in whatever you put your hands on and make, like this Queen of Pentacles here, all of this came from the setbacks, the resentment that you had to get squared away on. It's almost as if like Spirit is saying time doesn't really feel like it moves in your favor if you hold grudges against it. So if back in 2025 you spent too much time wrapping gifts and spending too much time on picking out paper, that took away time for you wrapping all them gifts for all those folks in your family. Okay, time has moved on. How can we make an amends where that won't happen again? You can buy the gifts and wrap them as they go and just put them in a bin or a box until it's time for them to get them. That will make way more sense than just keep buying. And then you have to sit here and tape them all together, right? Or you can very well, even though it may be cliche, have them pick out what they want. You indeed wrap it, but you keep it, same as the second scenario, you keep it until the time comes that they're supposed to have it. Okay? Work smarter, not harder, Spirit says. Work smarter, not harder. And a lot of people feel as if like if they over prepare, they're always ready. When a setback happens, how do you deal with that though? Do you feel like something's out to get your plan? Or do you feel as if like there's something that needs to be making amends there? So then that way you can move forward, practice what you want based off of what happened that you didn't care for, and keep it pushing. I like this. So pretty much the vibe and the value of what you're going to come into with this Queen of Pentacles here is definitely going to feel like some type of luxury, because of course it's well earned. Again, you may also be into Mother Nature as well. So yeah. Ooh, okay. Said stop. Oh yes, I like this. See, when you know who you are, you avoid conflict. You got a lot of air. You got some earth here. Yes, when you know yourself, 5 of Wands in reverse, you avoid conflict by respecting differences and agreeing to disagree. That also helps you not waste time. If you feel as if like you're wasting time, understand this. You can't make someone see a square if they're always running in circles. Okay? It's just not going to happen. So you have to agree to disagree. They both shapes. Keep it moving. You have things to do. They have nothing to do. There's a difference. They got time to argue. They have energy to stress. You don't. So work smarter, not harder. That's what's going to give you that diversity. There's nothing worse than working with someone who can't work in group settings, but they love to take the credit. No, that doesn't work. Make it make sense. Okay. 4 of Cups in reverse. I like how this matches my happiness card. Okay. You're choosing to take time out to find what makes you happy. You're checking in. This is solely what this is. It's checking in. It doesn't, and I also feel like this too. You feel a bit disgruntled when it seems as if you can't get a moment to yourself. The moments you spend to yourself, they're very useful. Hence the 9 of Pentacles out here. Okay? You spend your time very well. Very, very well. So for it to be something dramatic when you know kind of like that's your superpower of like just being to yourself to get yourself back to 100%, that is really the willpower and the control behind you wanting to just, go off by yourself, wander off by yourself, be by yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what I see so far here. I see you with opportunity. I see you with creativity and ambition to want to get things done. And for you, whether it's saving money or completing a project, that contributes to your wholeness. That contributes to that feeling of fulfillment and you feeling like you're living life to the fullest. Amen. Amen. When you have that feeling, you feel like you can move forward in the world, and by all means, whatever you want, you can put it in a dish. It's yours. It's so interesting when you accept the reality that you not so much are bigger than the program, but you're part of what makes it function. Okay, whether that's you in your own lane or working a corporate job, I feel there's going to be moments of setbacks. There are also going to be moments of happiness and peace you will find within them. This is why I was telling you, you need to make sure you understand the ways of working smarter, not harder. That's going to save you time and energy. You didn't already got rid of whatever the bad seed is, because all I see here is you making the effort, you putting in the work, you understanding the cause of the things that you want to do, and while you're setting out to seek them. Now, just to let you know, Nine of Cups in reverse on the bottom, overall energy so far, you will, of course, with you doing everything, you doing 900 things yourself when you decide to do certain things, certain businesses. That's totally understandable. Just be sure that you get some rest. That way you don't have to worry about feeling moody or being on eggshells. You will probably feel some folks have some type of jealousy, because you have to understand you're a thinker, you're a mover, you're a shaker, you're a go-getter, you're a survivor, you're an overcomer, you're resilient, you're strong, you're powerful, you manifest, you touch and agree, you affirm. You went from being a little sheep to being a lion. You went from being like a soft inner child to being an eagle, where you don't have to have other people soar with you for you to feel success. Your success is in the happiness that you can provide and produce, as well as the purpose that you find within whatever you feel that your career is aligned with your soul and your conscience. That jealousy, you can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. That's their own emotional roller coaster. Spirit says, I don't know who that's for, but that's just for to let you know. When people get on roller coasters, they pay admission just like everybody else. And so they want to get on any type of roller coaster, whether it be emotional, whether it be, turmoil, whatever the case may be. They knew when they got up to that counter, when they exchange their money, when they exchange heart, soul, whatever it is, regardless if they felt like they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, they knew they had a price to it. My throat chakra, I've been fine all the way up until now. What I love is the Queen of Cups came out, bitch. I love how this is closing out. The Queen of Cups came out. When I say stable, poised, loving, calm, compassionate, again, hard worker, go-getter. Do you hear me? And mind you, your overall energy is the Hermit in reverse. See, all this success that's coming came from setbacks you had to experience. You had to get out of line to get realigned. You had to have something to put you off your path, to let you know you lost your way. You had to understand the difference between isolating yourself, which doesn't help, loneliness, which is pretty much just a word your mind has you just battle with, and withdrawal. For some of you, you withdrew or you started to create some distance, whether it's a person, place, or thing. You decided to create some distance because someone else may have lost their way. They lacked the leadership needed to be able to be a leader with you. This is why the chariot here is only one person in movement, because the other person, they either don't know what to do, don't know where they are, and if they're a person that pushes people away, that's where their isolation and loneliness comes from. Okay, it's man created, because they didn't have to be disrespectful. They didn't have to create any type of turmoil for it to be a distance between you two. With that being said, you withdrew almost as a way of saying, you know what, I agree to disagree. It's better than saying giving up. It's just, you know what, I just agree to disagree. Very mature. And the distance allowed you to see something. It allowed you to see you. It allowed you to see you in the light of, you know what, you are just as much as independent as you are strong, as you are creative, as you are remarkable, as you are a survivor, you are an overcomer. Whatever battle this is in February that you're going to have to go through, you're going to choose yourself, as you should. You choose yourself. And you have a stability and an emotional maturity behind you where you don't look back. Everything that you have created has been honestly earned. Even the setbacks, because the setbacks help you see what needed to be fixed in order for you to be able to go. It's almost as if like a flat tire, okay? You're in this chariot movement and all of a sudden you get you know what I'm saying? Your tire flat. Well, in order for you to keep going, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to pull over. You're going to have to hike that baby up in the air. You're going to have to get a temporary, or you're going to have to just get the thing fixed. And then you can go on by your way. Same thing. Whatever is making your ride bumpy, it's time to throw it out. That goes for decluttering. That goes for getting rid of things that no longer serve you. You clean that area, you cleanse that energy. I want to see what's underneath this Hermit in reverse. Again, the Fool in reverse. This is all the other person's energy. This is all the cross-watchers' energy. This is almost as if, like, since you've been gone, this is what's been going on. All right? They probably have lost their way. They probably have felt isolated in some sense. But again, it's man-made. All right. They're probably something is still probably holding them back. Like I said, it's a thing of, if you experience a setback, it's because there has to be some type of amends made in order for you to move forward. It's like a bad relationship before you have a good one. It would be a good idea for you to sit still for a while and observe yourself and journal your feelings and go talk to someone, whether it's, versus it's you thinking like nothing is wrong with you, But yet you get a good person and you get in a relationship and it's just like they don't see nothing different. They just see a different person. They still have the same tendencies. And no matter how long you put it off, or no matter how not difficult you make it for them, same tendencies. So this is what I'm seeing for this person. They're up at night trying to make the right choices. Exhausted, just very weak and very weak. This person may very well make money because there's a King of Pentacles here. This person may very well make good money, but this person is resistant to change, very fearful. They're stagnant, reckless, exhausted, hard-headed, spirit says. All the things that you're not. So it makes sense that you get rid of them. It may have been a tough decision for them to see you walk away, but it came with brighter days guaranteed to you. Okay? Like a basketball contract. Guaranteed. So, I like this for you. I like this for you. Just want to pull out 3 cards for the cross watcher, and we can leave them alone because we don't want too much of their energy in this good thing. Ooh. You flighty, mean motherfucker. Yeah, this person, yeah. 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 Ooh, I can't make this shit up. Okay, bottom of the deck, this cross watcher, he or she, they can very well be sad about you walking away, so much so that they are either watching you, they may watch you online, they may listen to sad music, they may have things that they overindulge in, perhaps like drinking. This person is it's like, wow, she walked away or he walked away, and it's like they're like, could have been. Now mind you, you had the 9 of Swords, you had the 8 of Wands in reverse, and you had the 9 of Wands in the upright. Someone's going to find stability elsewhere. They're willing to take the burden of moving on with a heavy heart. This is what I see. You want me to be very frank with you? I'll be very frank. This 9 of Swords is what this person has done to you multiple times. You may have very soft, like I said, soft feelings. You may be very soft-spoken, very gentle, very innocent. But ultimately, you are a baby compared to this person. This person's a fucking villain. All right? So, where it is, you want comfort and conversation. So there's an understanding. This motherfucker is stubborn. And not only are they stubborn, again, things don't change. It's a merry-go-round. It's a merry-go-round. You know? Then you have the 9 of Wands. This 9 of Wands, yo, I hear there's levels to having me walk. There's levels to there's levels to things that I'm willing to carry on with me. But the fortitude is moving forward. The 9 of Wands is moving forward somewhere else. All right. And I don't see you wanting to be an advocate for that type of behavior in relationship. You may very well have some type of combativeness. Is that a word? Again, I just feel like there's this conflict. There's there's this struggle with, or this competition with the opposite sex with you. I don't know who's harder, you or them. But there's a strength struggle. Almost if like two people are too bold-headed. They're too headstrong. And this person also wanted to take your light. They wanted to take your light because they wanted control. What they don't understand, they may have a sports car. What what's crazy is they may very well be the type of person, and this is a scenario where when they need to sit still the most, they decide to get up and leave, right? But they don't understand that the body is still in the house. Your conscience and your energy has already left the relationship. It's just the body is last to follow. So where it is, they are out here thinking they on some nightingale shit, bitch. You on top of the vehicle in the chariot energy, double confirmation. You've been wanting to get the fuck away. Some of y'all may think about getting away in the night, but you understand the difference between wolves and sheep. Like I said, you have these instincts where it's just like they didn't come from you buying them at Family Dollar. They came from experience. And all of these experiences that you've gone through is why the happiness that you're going to feel, you're going to be like, yo, it's so well deserved. And it is. It is. It takes a very strong hearted person. It takes a strong person, and it takes a person with a heart to gain knowledge that they're not in full control of other people. It takes a very strong person to understand that you can only control yourself. And with that being said, and me closing this out, you know what to do with yourself. That's what this is about. You know what to do with yourself. And you know what to do and make with things that don't serve you no more. So, very proud, very happy. I hope you enjoy all of your happiness for February and the months to come. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. I don't know how to hype my videos or have people hype my videos. So I guess as long as you hit the like button and subscribe, it'll go out into the algorithm for my videos to get boosted. So you all can eventually hype me up. But needless to say, I look forward to the thumbs up and the notification bells being turned on, so that way you get to know when I post all of my learn and discern messages. And until next time, take care.